Hi guys, welcome to Black Equity. My name is Abby, and today's video I'm going to be giving you a cost breakdown on exactly how much we spent on our kitchen renovation. Now, if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, you should know that in 2020, my husband and I, we bought our very first property, which we remodeled ourselves, and we sold the property for over $100,000 of profit. Before I get into this video, I just want to let you know you should subscribe, and the reason is because I love providing videos that are helpful and that you can learn how to do some remodels yourselves or how to save money and make money during a home renovation. All right, so let's get into this video. Now, I've compiled a list of everything that we bought and used in terms of material or labor costs for our kitchen renovation. But before I give you this list, I will note that there are some things that are not included on this list, such as the demolition waste disposal cost. And the reason I didn't include this is because we demoed the entire house and I can't tell you exactly what was spent on the kitchen. The other thing that I didn't include is the electrical cost because we also rewired our entire home. But if you want to know the amount that we spent in terms of electrical, I do have another video where I was talking about hiring contractors because that is one person that we did end up hiring out. But everything else with the kitchen we did ourselves. So let's jump into it and let's talk about everything that we did. Once the entire home was demoed and we put up the drywall, the next thing that we did was flooring. Now we got our floors from Home Depot and our flooring was about $1.45 per square foot, and we spent $200 on the flooring for the kitchen. Now we also did the same floor throughout the rest of the home, but I can tell you how much we spent on the kitchen because I did the measurements and then just multiplied it by the square feet. Okay, you get the point. So once the flooring was in, the very next thing that we did was we set up all the cabinets. Our cabinets are from IKEA, and we bought most of them from IKEA directly when we planned everything online. But because I'm also frugal, I noticed that there was an IKEA as is section where IKEA sells returned or sometimes slightly damaged goods for a deep discount. So I went to the as is section and I ended up picking up a few cabinets and some cabinet doors that were actually not damaged. They were just returned items. And I ended up getting those for a lot less than I would have if I just bought them from IKEA. Another place that I bought some cabinets from was Facebook Marketplace because I knew exactly the measurements of the cabinets that I needed or the cabinet doors, and I was able to search each of those places for exactly what I needed. In total, I spent $2,100 on all our cabinets, which was a lot cheaper because I think when I did the original plan, I would have spent closer to $3,000 on just the cabinets. The next thing we spent money on was the black doorknobs. I got these off Amazon and I spent $45 for all the doorknobs. Actually, I think I spent less than $45 because it came with, let's say, 40 doorknobs, but I ended up using some on the bifold doors that we have in the bedrooms and on the closets. So I probably ended up spending maybe $35 on those knobs. Then the next thing is the countertop. I also got our countertops from IKEA, and we didn't originally intend to get IKEA countertops, but at the time that we were moving in, we needed countertops, and one, we didn't have the money to spend on marble or granite, which was the original plan, but we just didn't have the funds available at that time. So we wanted something temporary, and the very best thing to do was to get IKEA countertops. Our goal was that we would eventually change those countertops, but things just worked out in such a way that we didn't need to change it, and someone bought the home with the current laminate countertops that are there right now. So we spent $205 at IKEA for the laminate countertops, and it would actually have been more than that, but we ended up getting one of them from the as is section, and that only cost us $35 versus $85. The next thing is our kitchen sink. This was one of the best items that I got, and it was off Facebook Marketplace. I got it brand new. I'll put a screenshot here so you can see the proof that I get these things. So I got this sink off Facebook Marketplace for $160. I think the original price would have been closer to $400, but the person who was selling it bought the wrong size and they couldn't return it on, I believe it was Wayfair. So their loss was my gain. Following up with the kitchen sink was the faucet and the plumbing. I got our faucet off of Amazon, and I believe it was $120. It's just a simple black faucet. Now, I'll be honest that if I was to get a faucet again, I probably wouldn't have gotten it off Amazon, because the quality of this faucet, it's great in terms of the water pressure and everything, but because it's black, I don't know what kind of material that they used, but we noticed that the handle kept on peeling a little bit. So that's kind of annoying, and I shouldn't have expected too much out of that faucet because it was kind of cheap. The plumbing my husband got from a plumbing supply store. So everything in total came to about $200. I will also just mention that when I'm talking about everything, I'm just talking about the materials specifically, because as I mentioned, we DIY'd everything. We didn't end up hiring anything other than the electrical and drywall, and they did the entire home, so I can't really tell you exactly how much the drywall cost. Moving on from the faucet and the plumbing is our backsplash tile. Now we have this herringbone tile, and we got that for $50 off of Facebook Marketplace. The person had exactly how much we needed in terms of the square footage, and she was willing to sell it for $50. So that was great, because I think originally it's like $10 a piece, and we probably had between 25 and 30 pieces. So we would have spent at least $250 to $300 instead, but we only ended up spending $50 on the tile. Along with the backsplash was the grout and the mortar, and that we got from one of the big box stores, and we spent about $40 on that. Our appliances we also purchased off of Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji. And the reason why we did this is because we found that a lot of people sell appliances that are in great quality condition, but they just want to change or have the same type or the same brand of appliances in their kitchen for aesthetic purposes. But honestly, we didn't really care too much about that, and we only spent $1,500 on all our appliances, and I can give you a breakdown of exactly how much we bought each one for. So our fridge is LG, and we spent $400 on our fridge. I'm sure that originally those types of fridges are closer to $1,000, but it was in really good condition, and I think the only thing wrong with it was there was a little dent towards the bottom of the fridge. It was working fine, and it has been working well since we moved in, so there have been no issues with that. The second thing was the stove. We spent $500 on the stove, and it's in excellent condition. The next appliance was the dishwasher. We actually got the dishwasher brand new, and we got it off someone also on Facebook Marketplace. We spent $400 on it, and it was great. And then the last thing that we bought was the microwave, and that we spent $200 on the microwave. Also great, no issues here. So in total, like I said, we spent $1,500 on the appliances, and everything was off Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji. The next thing was the island. I included the base cabinets and the doors from my very first column of cabinets, but the other thing that we spent on the island was the trim around the island, as well as the paint. We painted our island a different color because we wanted it to stand out a little bit, and we also trimmed it out with MDF that we got from one of the big box stores. We actually had leftover paint from a project that we were doing, so we didn't end up spending money on that technically, but if I was to add everything that we just spent on the kitchen island, it cost us about $20. The countertop that's on the island was also included in the $205 that I mentioned earlier. The next thing is the island lights. So this was another Facebook Marketplace find. They were brand new and she sold them to me for $80 versus I think $150 or something like that. That was a really great find, and I really love that island. If you want to see more about the kitchen, please watch my first video, which is the house tour, and I'll give you a full description of everything that's in our kitchen. Oh, and the last item that we did was the open shelves. This was really cheap because we just bought some shelving wood from Home Depot and we cut that down to size and got some brackets. We also stained the wood with wood stain that we already had from a bunch of other projects that we were doing. And in total, we spent about $30, including the screws and the brackets and the piece of wood that we bought. So everything together came to $4,630. So that's under $5,000 that we spent on our kitchen renovation. We did everything on a budget, as you can see. Everything, or most of the things that we bought, were off of Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji or some other secondhand seller. And the reason why we do this is because it's what saves the most money and you can still get really quality pieces from that. So I really hope that this video helped you and you got an idea of what we spent on our kitchen renovation. I'll be doing more of these types of videos. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, please share this video with your friends and your family, and please like this video because it really helps me know the type of content that you like. If you have any questions or if you want to get in contact with me, give me a shout at my Instagram page, which is @blackequity_. All right, thanks so much for watching. Bye.